Right, so Linda, could you tell us something about your e-volunteer placement in Morocco then, please?
Well, I had an actual placement in Morocco at the end of 2019, so I was very interested in continuing with this through e-volunteering once we went into lockdown with coronavirus. I spent several months working with house mothers rather than with the girls, and I was helping them with their English. It's very important for the house mothers to be quite fluent in English because the volunteers that they get from all over the world seldom speak Arabic. Sometimes they speak French, which the house mothers do speak, but most of them only speak English. So it's very helpful for the house mothers to have a good command of English. And I was very happy to help them with this. We enjoyed talking about all sorts of things. Of course, because I'd been in Morocco, we had shared memories we could discuss, but we also had new topics. I found it was very useful to share photographs and pictures on my screen because this gave us something to talk about. For example, I compared the typical Moroccan holy day of the week on a Friday where they have a big couscous meal with the typical English Sunday roast, and I showed pictures and encouraged a discussion of how the food was cooked, what ingredients were used, and so on. I found the house mothers were very receptive. They seemed to enjoy the lessons. They wanted to share what they'd learnt with me, with the girls in the various houses. And usually it worked very well. There were one or two problems, of course, aren't there always, with technology. And sometimes, of course, the meetings couldn't take place because the house mothers were on holiday, or here it was Christmas. We have different holidays from Morocco. But with being flexible, it worked out very well. And certainly it fitted in with my life here in England in lockdown. I knew which 2 hours a week I was working with two different ladies from the homes, and I could do other things. And of course, great advantage of e-volunteering as well is that it doesn't have a carbon footprint. So we're not flying around the world. So I would recommend it to everybody.
Lovely, thank you, Linda. And now, Maggie, your experience of e-volunteering in Morocco.
Okay, I would too recommend it to everybody. We found it a very positive experience. We have volunteered with people and places before, but when we read the newsletter and saw that you were asking for e-volunteers, we thought, well, we'll give it a try. And the best match to our teaching ability was the Moroccan project. I would like to say that the girls are totally remarkable. English is their fourth language, and they are so keen and dedicated that it's a complete joy to work with them. We have lots of fun. Having been a language teacher all my life, there are lots of little tricks that we can use to get them speaking, and they seem to appreciate speaking. I don't think that in their normal classes they have the opportunity to interact on this level. Also, at the very beginning, we tried teaching with 6 young ladies, I was told to call them, present. And this didn't work so well. We found that it was far better if we reduced the number to 3. And so instead of doing 1 hour a week, we started doing 2 hours a week so that we could cover the same number of girls, but in 2 classes. Apart from the few problems that we've had with technology, which are as much our problem here, where sometimes the internet is unstable, as over there, we seem to have ironed those problems out. And I must admit that now that I'm on a WhatsApp link with the house mother there, things are working much better. We are free to be as flexible as they need us to be. So we receive the timetable every week and we can work towards that. Also, what we've discovered is that a topic-based approach is probably the best, because sometimes the girls change. We don't have the same girls all the time. So little tricks like that do help. But I would encourage everybody to give it a try. As you said, Linda, you know, it doesn't increase our carbon footprint. We can do it in our slippers if we wish. I mean, there are all sorts of advantages to just walking into our dining room and giving the lesson there. It doesn't take too much time. Okay.
Lovely. Thank you both very much indeed.